Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the secrets behind the corporate world by looking at their official filings, the ones that are usually drier than a desert bone. But we're going to find the juice in them today, especially this one from M&T Bank Corporation, which seems to be up to something with new and fancy preferred stock. Well, let's dive in. It's always a good time to see how big banks are playing with their money and how they are trying to raise it, especially when it involves new types of stock offerings. And let me tell you, sometimes these filings can feel like a real puzzle, but we are here to decode it for you and make it as clear as day if you are someone who likes understanding company finances and what goes on behind the scenes. Please hit that subscribe button right now. And for those of you who want to join a community of like-minded people discussing these financial deep dives, our Discord link is in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Alright, we are looking at a Form 8K filing from M&T Bank Corporation. It is an interesting one because it announces a material modification to the rights of security holders. This usually means something important is changing for their investors or potential investors, and in this case it revolves around adding a new type of preferred stock. The filing itself is dated the 29th of October 25. So these events are quite recent. So what exactly did M&T Bank Corporation do? On the 29th of October 2025, they filed a certificate of amendment with the New York State Department of State to create a new series of preferred stock. This new stock is called the Perpetual 6.35 0% Non-Cumulative Preferred Stock Series K. Now let's break that down a bit. Perpetual means it doesn't really have a set end date. Non-cumulative means that if the company misses a dividend payment on this stock, it does not have to make up that missed payment later. Preferred stock in general is a bit different from common stock, which is what most people own. Preferred stock usually comes with specific rights and benefits like a fixed dividend payment, but often with fewer voting rights than common stock. This Series K preferred stock has a liquidation preference of $10,000 per share, and it was created in connection with an underwriting agreement where M&T agreed to sell depositary shares, each representing a small fraction of a share of this new Series K preferred stock to underwriters. So basically they are issuing new stock to raise money, and this new stock has a specific set of rules. This Series K preferred stock is set up to rank higher than M&T's common stock, but it ranks equally with some other existing preferred stock series. They have series F, G, H, I, and J. This means if the company were to get into financial trouble and had to liquidate its assets, the holders of this series K preferred stock would get paid before the common stockholders, but after any other stock that might have an even higher priority. The filing also talks about restrictions on M&T's ability to pay dividends or make distributions on its common stock or other junior preferred stock if they fail to declare dividends on this series K preferred stock or fail to pay the required liquidation amount. This is a standard feature to protect holders of higher priority stock. The full details of these rights and rules are in that certificate of amendment which they've attached as an exhibit. This section essentially reiterates the filing of the certificate of amendment and adds more detail about the Series K preferred stock. M&T announced that this new stock will pay dividends when declared by its board of directors. These dividends will be paid quarterly on the 15th of March, the 15th of June, the 15th of September, and the 15th of December, starting the 15th of December 2025. The dividend rate is set at 6.350% per year based on the $10,000 per S-share value. And again, these dividends are non-cumulative, so if they miss a payment, it is gone forever. The filing also states that dividends on the Series K preferred stock will not be paid if it would cause M&T to violate laws or regulations, including capital adequacy rules, or if they haven't received necessary regulatory approvals. This is a common safeguard for financial institutions. The Series K preferred stock is perpetual, meaning it has no maturity date. M&T can redeem or buy back this stock though under specific conditions. They can do this on any dividend payment date starting the 15th of December 2030, or they can buy it back at any time within 90 days following a regulatory capital treatment event. This redemption price is also $10,000 per share plus any declared but unpaid dividends. Now about voting rights, the holders of this Series K preferred stock have very limited voting rights. They can only vote on specific crucial matters like changes to the company's charter that would affect their rank or voting rights, or in certain situations involving mergers and consolidations. They also get voting rights regarding director elections if dividend payments are missed for a certain period. For those who hold the depositary shares, which represent a fraction of the preferred stock, they will have to work through the depositary to exercise any voting rights. This part tells us about the actual completion of the offering. On the 31st of October 2025, M&T Bank Corporation finished its public offering of 18 million depositary shares representing interests in this new Series K preferred stock. This offering was registered under the Securities Act of 1933 using a specific registration statement. You can find that filing referenced here to file, number 333 -274,646. This is the part where they actually sell the shares to the public to raise the money they set out to get. Here we see the list of all the documents that are considered part of this filing. The most important one for our understanding is Exhibit 3.1, which is the Certificate of Amendment for the Series K preferred stock itself. We also see the underwriting agreement, the deposit agreement, and opinions from legal counsel. The cover page interactive data file is also interesting for those who like to go deep into the raw data. Now let's look at the bigger picture here. M&T Bank Corporation is issuing new preferred stock to fund its operations or perhaps specific projects. By creating this Series K preferred stock, they are essentially broadening their capital base. The fact that it is perpetual and has a fixed dividend rate means it provides a stable source of capital for the bank. It is also designed to help M&T meet its regulatory requirements for capital adequacy, which is super important for any bank. They are not just issuing stock, they are carefully structuring it to fit within regulatory frameworks and investor expectations for preferred shares. This is a common strategy for banks to manage their capital effectively. The fixed dividend rate of 6.350% is a key number here. We need to compare this to other investment options and to M&T's own cost of capital to see if it is an attractive deal for investors and a smart move for the bank. In my opinion, M&T Bank Corporation is being proactive in managing its capital structure. Issuing preferred stock like this can be a good way to raise funds without diluting the ownership of common shareholders as much as issuing more common stock would. For example, the non-cumulative nature of the dividends does present some risk for investors if M&T were to experience financial difficulties, but the priority ranking should offer some protection. The limited voting rights are typical for preferred stock. The biggest risk here for investors would be if the bank's creditworthiness deteriorates significantly, impacting its ability to pay dividends, or if interest rates rise dramatically, making this fixed rate less attractive compared to newer offerings. However, for the bank itself, this is a strategic move to strengthen its financial foundation and ensure it meets regulatory demands. It signals a certain level of confidence from M&T's management about its future prospects to be issuing new stock. This move should be watched closely to see how it impacts their overall financial health and profitability. Alright, that is our breakdown of this M&T Bank Corporation filing. What is your take on this new preferred stock offering and what it means for the bank's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.